Hey guys, how's it going? It's Olly Brown back with another music production video, and today's video is all about build-ups. So the goal with build-ups is to build excitement, just so the listener knows that something's going to change in the song, i.e. the drop. But we also want to make the drop sound as big as possible as well. So here is just a few subtle changes that I do throughout my build-up. Just so build excitement and make sure that drop sounds as big as possible. So yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe, and yeah, here we go. So something I like to use in every build-up is reverb and delay, and you can use these on a few different elements, but in this particular one I'm using it on my grand piano and on my vocals as well. So basically, using the reverb, it fades out the sound and it just makes it sound a lot quieter, I guess, when you get to the back end of the the build-up. And then so when the drop happens, the grand piano goes back to the way you had it, and it just is a lot harder hitting when that drop hits, because we want that drop to be as hard hitting as possible. So I'll just show you what I mean by that. So yeah, I've put the decay time up here and also mess with the dry wet. So yeah. So yeah, just adding that reverb can really fade out the sound, and then yeah, when that drop hits, sounds a lot larger. Okay, also with the vocal, I've added quite a lot of delay on this, just in the back end of the build-up, and just lets the listener know that something's changing, and it also fades out the sound. So when the vocal hits in the build-up, again, just sounds a lot larger, a lot fuller. So it sounds something like this. Just wanna feel So I'll play it all together now so you can just really see the difference. Just wanna feel good. Don't wanna cry no more, just wanna feel good. Alright, next thing I like to use is a snare roll. So this can vary really, because you can do like a really long one for like, I don't know, 8 bars or so, or you can just do a really short one for less than a bar, like I've got here. It's only half a bar. So what I'd like to do with the snare roll is simply add some variation into it. If you don't add variation to it, it can sound quite rigid. So what I've done here is I've changed the pitch, and I've pitched it down every 2 snares. So I've got pitch down here, then I've pitched it down again, and pitched it down again. So it sounds something like this. So yeah, it goes down gradually, so it adds a bit of variation. You can also do this using velocities. If you've got a longer snare roll, when I've got a longer snare roll, I like to put it into a MIDI, and then I play around with the velocity at the bottom. You can just put it up and down, so it just adds some movement there. So yeah, this is what it sounds like all together. Just wanna feel good. Don't wanna cry no more, just wanna feel good. I like to use some automation on the master channel. So there's a number of ways you can do this. But the goal of this is basically to isolate the sound and then just bring it in, even make it quieter, reduce the stereo width, and then when it comes to the drop again, push it back out, and then it sounds a lot larger. All of these individually are very subtle, but can make a big difference when it actually comes to obviously the drop, and it just sounds, it's more hard hitting, and it just sounds a lot fuller when the drop hits. So a couple of ways this can be done. First one is through the stereo imager. So the stereo image is about 50% throughout the track, but then what I do is that I gradually reduce it through the build up to about 0, and then I open it back out again to 50, as you can see just here with the width. So yeah, gradually build it, gradually put it down and down to 0 and up to 50 again. So with the auto filter as well, so yeah, reducing the high end, so just taking some of the high end out, and then the high end will sound a lot fuller when the drop hits. As you can see, gone from 12.5 to about 8.5 hertz, and then back up to 12.5 again for the drop. Also the other one is volume automation. So this can be done very subtly. So yeah, dropping the volume by about 2 to 3 dB, and then bringing it back up again for the drop. It will just sound a lot larger. So this is what it sounds like all together. Now we've added all our elements. Don't wanna cry no more, yeah. Just wanna feel good. Just wanna feel good. Don't wanna cry no more. Just wanna feel good. I don't wanna cry no more. Alright, so that's our end product. As you can see, a lot of these techniques are very subtle, but when you add them all together, it really does make a big difference. So yeah, I hope you found that really valuable. If you did, drop us a like and a subscribe, and I'll be back soon for a new video. See you soon. I just wanna feel good. Don't wanna cry no